Howdy guys, it's Luke at Luke's APS, and in this video I'm going to tell you about some of the best terrain I've ever worked with. I'll catch you after this. So guys, yes, this video is on Tabletop World. If you don't know who Tabletop World are, they're a fantasy, ye olde terrain company, okay? Now before we go on with this video, this is not sponsored at all in the slightest. I wish. And it's not, you know, I've not been sent this for free at all. A client has sent me this to paint up for them and base, which you're gonna see on a video on Friday of me doing it all, which I can't wait to do this. I love these models. Whenever they come in, I love building them. They're just a pleasure to paint. I'm saying building, you don't have to build anything with them. Now, when you see people talking about Tabletop World, everybody says they're expensive. And yes, they are. They're not the cheapest things out there. But if you compare their pricing, which I think the buildings start at about 35 quid up to about 250 pounds, okay? But the ones that are 250, they're huge, absolutely huge. If you compare that to somebody like, shall we say, Foreground, again, no affiliation or anything like that, they make some pre-painted MDF buildings. They're roughly the same prices, maybe a bit cheaper on some of the bigger builds, but you're getting far more for your money with Tabletop World. It's a high detailed resin kit, interior and exterior, obviously. You get, on the MDF kits, you do get interior and exterior detailing, but it's nowhere near where it is on resin. It can't be achieved with wood. And they're roughly the same sort of pricing. One's pre-painted, one isn't. This one's not built, this one is built. So it is a what suits you sort of scenario, but I don't think they're that expensive overall, because if, for example, if somebody wanted me to build a building like that, it'd take at least a week minimum for a basic building to that sort of detail. I mean, as you can see, the detailing on them is just unreal. It's lovely. They must build them brick by brick to get that sort of detail. It's great. You can tell I like them. They're a very good, very good product. I get very excited when they come in for commissions. I think this is the third building that I've done for them now. But that to one side, I mean, another con, should I say, to Tabletop World is with them coming assembled, it makes painting inside a bit problematic. It's not impossible, just some areas are a bit hard to do, especially if you want to dry brush like the corners and stuff. It gets a bit hard work. Now there's probably a couple of reasons why they do that. They might be heavily engineered, as in it might be quite a complicated kit to put together. So to save on cost, they just build them in wherever they make them, just to make it simpler for the buyers so they don't get as many, shall we say, complaints. They would have to make instructions, which again costs money. This literally came in a cardboard box wrapped in newspaper. So there's no expense like spared at all on the kit, as in they're not spending loads of money on packaging and everything else. It's just a kit in a box. Very garage company. Again, another reason why I like it. A high professional kit like that just comes wrapped up in a box. A bit of like the smaller businesses that do create things. It shows that you don't have to have flashy packaging and everything else. As long as the product's good, you can provide awesome products. So yeah, these are a couple of cons with it, but nothing that would put me off. And again, for the sort of money that is, I mean, that building's about, I think it's 125 quid. I'd buy that. As in, if I'm building a board with loads of fantasy buildings on, 120 quid for a building like that, I don't think it is expensive, but I don't think it's ridiculously priced. If you know of any buildings that are as nice as this, or maybe slightly not as nice, but a little bit cheaper, let me know in the comments below, guys. I'd love to take a look. Buildings are one of them things that I don't think I'd ever do a good job at building. But if you know of anybody, let me know in the comments below. But let's show you some more stuff. Let's show you what, you know, the detailing on them, the brickwork. I mean, even the windows. Yes, you can't see through the windows, but they've got the nice iron windows that you can paint grey with some little edge highlights just to bring out to make it look like it's glowing on the inside. Glaze like a nice orangey glow from the middle. Just the painting possibilities on these buildings are endless. And it's a proper kit. I mean, you could make some awesome dioramas with them, to the point where you could border on realism within fantasy. Another reason why I like them, you know, I like that sort of style. Like The Witcher, again, you'd sort of see these buildings in Witcher. That's how I see it. Just perfect. And the scale, they're still too small, but compared to a lot of other kits that I know of, I mean, in wargaming, wargamers have adopted 1/72 scale buildings and just say they're 28mm, and they're really far too small. These are a lot bigger than them kits. They're still not as big as they should be, but they're the biggest buildings I know about that are more or less, shall we say, to scale for wargaming. But they're a good size, and as you can see with the models next to them, you know, a door, which would be quite small a ye olde time, is about the size of a pretty oversized dwarf. So yeah, I'm happy with them. What do you think? Pop in the comments below. But anyway, guys, that's my review of Tabletop World. Couple of cons, but overall, they're just shit hot. I wasn't gonna swear, but chuff it. They're amazing kits. And if you're watching this Tabletop World, please send me some freebies. I'd never normally beg. This is like, oh, kits. But anyway, if you've liked this video, guys, don't forget to hit the like, hit the share, and subscribe and all that, and bell and whatnot. If you want to support the channel, don't forget to check out my shop where I supply SCENICs and anything you need for your terrain needs, apart from buildings. And yeah, if you want to look at affiliates for Amazon and stuff for anything that we don't sell, I get a cutback, which really helps. If you are based in America or Canada, I do have a US distributor where you can buy them things from that company overseas. All in the links below, guys. And every time you do that, it really helps me out. It's my only form of income, so thank you very much. So I'll see you on Friday, where we'll paint this bad boy up and base it. Maybe even some trees. I like trees. See you in a bit. Love, love, love.